Besties, we need to talk because this is huge. Karen Huger, our Real Housewives of Potomac queen, has just been sentenced to 2 years in prison.
Can't go until we answer some questions.
You answer the question.
I'll answer the question.
Okay, then you
stay right there then.
This was reality TV star Karen Huger, moments after she crashed her Maserati last year in Potomac while driving drunk.
I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine, and I own half of the nation. Your point is what?
But hold on, because there's a shocking twist that changes everything. So here's the deal. Karen got hit with this sentence because of a DUI case, but she's not actually serving the full 2 years. 1 year of her sentence is suspended, which means she's only spending 12 months behind bars. And even after she gets out, she's got 5 years of probation, a driving ban, and a whole list of legal restrictions to deal with. How did we get here? What went down in court? And how are the housewives reacting?
A jury later found the Real Housewives star guilty of DUI. Today in court, as she was sentenced, she struck a very different tone, apologizing and saying she's gone to rehab for depression and substance abuse issues.
Drinking responsibly, especially while taking medications, mean not drinking at all. I failed at that miserably. I understand how lucky I am that I hit a tree. Thank God I did not hit a pedestrian.
Don't worry, bestie, I've got all the details, so let's get into it. Karen Huger has officially been sentenced to 2 years in prison, but here's where things get complicated. 1 year of her sentence is suspended, meaning she will actually only serve 12 months behind bars. On top of that, she's also getting 5 years of probation, along with other legal restrictions that we'll break down in a second. Now, let's rewind because I know y'all are wondering, how did we get here? This whole mess started in March 2024, when Karen was involved in a serious car crash near her home in Potomac. When police arrived, they discovered she had been driving under the influence. And here's where things get even worse. This wasn't even her first DUI charge. After a full legal process, Karen was found guilty on almost all counts, except for reckless driving.
I'm sorry.
How this happens.
It's not you. I'm sorry. I'm extremely intelligent. I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine, and I own half of the nation. Your point is what?
The court wasn't playing around with this case, and because of her past history, they decided it was time for some serious consequences. Besties, here's where it gets even more intense. This isn't Karen's first DUI case. In fact, she has a history of multiple DUIs dating back to 2006 and 2011. During the sentencing, the judge did not hold back. At one point, they even told Karen, "You were filled to the gills with alcohol." Yikes. That's a pretty brutal statement, but it also shows that the court saw this as more than just a one-time mistake. Karen's past DUIs played a major role in her sentencing, and the judge clearly wanted to send a message. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's talk about Karen's side of things, because you know she had something to say. Karen has been open about her struggles, revealing that she's been going through a lot emotionally. She explained that after losing both of her parents, she fell into a deep depression and started relying more on prescription medications and alcohol to cope. According to Karen, this wasn't about partying, it was about grief and the emotional pain she was dealing with. She also mentioned that she wasn't fully aware of how much the antidepressants were affecting her judgment and how they contributed to the incident. While that doesn't excuse what happened, it does add a layer of understanding to why she ended up in this situation. The reality TV world can be brutal, and even the strongest people can struggle under pressure. Karen's sentencing wasn't just about jail time, it included a lot of other legal consequences. In addition to the 1 year behind bars, she has also been sentenced to 5 years of probation. That means that even after she's released, she will be under strict monitoring for a long time. The court also hit her with a $2,900 fine, which isn't a massive amount, but still adds to her punishment. Another major consequence is that Karen will be banned from driving for a full year after her release. And when she is allowed to drive again, she will be required to have a breathalyzer device installed in her car, meaning she'll have to pass a test before she can even start the engine. Karen does have some legal options. She has 30 days to appeal her sentence and 90 days to request reconsideration, so there's still a chance that her legal team could try to fight this. But from the way the judge spoke during sentencing, it seems like they are taking this very seriously. Girl, you know the Housewives community had plenty to say about this. Ashley Darby, Karen's RHOP co-star, was completely in shock when she heard the news. In an interview, she even admitted, "I cried like a baby. I just couldn't believe it." Karen has been a major figure in the housewives world for years, so seeing her actually get sentenced to real prison time has left many of her castmates shaken. So, what's next for Karen? Well, despite everything, she is already trying to turn things around. She has checked into a treatment program and has been attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings to address her issues. However, Karen is still insisting that she doesn't have an alcohol problem, which is raising some eyebrows considering her history. She does have 30 days to appeal, so there is still a possibility that her legal team could work to get her sentence reduced. But honestly, given how harsh the judge was, it's looking like she will have to serve at least some time behind bars. Besties, I don't know about you, but this whole situation is insane. Karen Huger has been a key figure on the Real Housewives of Potomac for years, and now she's about to serve time in jail. So, what does this mean for her future? Bravo hasn't made any official statements yet, but there are already rumors swirling about whether this could be the end of Karen's time. What do you guys think? Are you shocked by Karen's sentence? Do you think she'll make a comeback after all of this? Let's chat in the comments, besties.